After the Sermon on the Mount, we pick up the story again in chapter 8 of the Gospel of Matthew and see that the crowds follow Jesus down from the mountain, and Jesus heals more and more people. Then Jesus crosses the lake, seeming to want to break from the crowds. On the other side, he casts out demons, but they take over a herd of pigs and then drive those pigs into the sea where they drown. And the people ask Jesus to leave at that point. It seems that casting out demons can be costly business and therefore unpopular, even though it's necessary. In chapter 9, Jesus crosses back to his new hometown of Capernaum. And this is where the text tells us some teachers of the law of Moses say to themselves, Jesus must think he's God. In chapter 9, verse 3. This is a key moment because it begins the overt tension between Jesus and the religious authorities, something that he's most likely been expecting since John was sent to prison. Jesus continues his healing and teaching and offers Matthew, the tax collector, a place among his disciples. Somewhere along the way, the other 7 disciples have also been called, and as they go throughout the region, meeting so many people in need of healing and guidance, Jesus gets an idea about how to increase the reach of his ministry. And at this point, we come to Jesus' second discourse, which focuses on mission. The text that we'll be focusing on for this discourse is Matthew 9:37 through 11:1. And please read through that and reflect on these questions. What questions does this passage raise for you? Do you find anything confusing or uncomfortable? Focusing on Matthew 10, verses 5 through 7, why do you think Jesus tells the disciples to focus on the people of Israel instead of going out to neighboring communities and cultures? What do you think it means for the kingdom of heaven to come near? Reflecting on your own journey into the YAV program, how do you relate or not relate to the instructions Jesus gives the disciples? In Matthew 10, Jesus talks a lot about the cost of discipleship and the troubles and tensions with religious and government authorities and even with family that may come for people who follow him. Thinking about your own life and the world today, in what ways do you think the costs have changed? In what ways have they remained the same?